I want to go over something that we went over in Amplify when we were looking at the binary system. The exponents, we talked about the exponents, and I'm just going to review what we know. We already know that a to the first is a. We know that, so this is a, 1a, right? And a to the second is times a again. And a to the third is times a again. And a to the fourth is times a again. So we know that exponent tells us how many times we are going to multiply by a. And if we looked into it like going backwards, we could say that if I go from a to the fourth power to a to the third, I'm dividing by a, or I could say I'm multiplying by 1 over a, which of course is the same thing. If I go from a to the third, I'm dividing by a. If I go to from a to the second to a to the first, I'm dividing by a. Okay? And so then they were, the people who invented math wanted to make sure that this pattern stayed. I mean, this is a pattern that stays throughout mathematics in any situation. So they said, well, what about a to the 0 power? Well, a to the 0 power, if I follow this process, is, I'm dividing here. I'm saying a divided by a. So a divided by a is 1. It's 1. Okay? And I want to write down, please take this in your notes, any number to the 0 power. And I'm assuming you are writing with me, the 0 power is equal to 1. Okay? Any number. 4 to the 0 power is 1. Okay? 18 to the 0 power is 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay, so what about negative exponents? What if we have a to the negative 1? Okay, well, if we have 1, if we say we are again going to divide by 1, but divide by a, right? A, we're dividing by a, going to the left. A is 1 divided by a to the first power. And what that negative says is you're multiplying by the reciprocal. So if I have a to the second power, okay, and I'm dividing by a, or multiplying by 1 over a, which again is the same thing, okay, I now have what I'm saying is, I'm taking a to the second, and that negative sign makes it the reciprocal. So a to the negative second is actually 1 over a to the second. So that negative sign makes it a reciprocal. Just one more. A to the negative third, okay, again, dividing by a, okay, or multiplying by 1 over a, okay, is 1 over a to the second power, to the third power. So the negative exponent, a negative exponent, please make sure you're writing this down. Negative exponent means the reciprocal. And of course, you keep the positive power. So if I have, say, I'm going to put an example down here, so just so we're sure. So if I have 4 to the negative third power, that is the same as the reciprocal of 4, which is 1 over 4 to the third power. Okay? If I have 7 to the negative 2 power, that is same as the reciprocal to the positive 2 power. So I just wanted to make sure that we understood, and we had talked about this in extension. Like I said, when we were talking about we were comparing it to the binary system. But I did want to make sure that we understood how that works. And if you're not clear on this, please watch this video again, and please make sure you're taking down these notes.